Anthony, none other than the fastest human being that ever laced up a pair of gloves. Fast Eddie Chambers, world-class professional boxer, my demonstrating partner on damn near everything. I mean, if you go through my YouTube channel, I got like 1,000 videos. I'd say at least 597 of them Eddie Chambers are in. I got 16 courses, and he's on damn near all of them. You know what I mean? And the Philly shell, the shoulder roll, that was one of my most requested courses. Something that I dropped about, I don't know, man, almost a decade ago. That course is, I mean, you can see it in my face, the youthfulness in my face when I dropped that course, the Philly shell system. And right now, I do got a Black Friday sale, so if you guys are interested in getting that course, you can go ahead and get it on CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. Black Friday month, I give out a bunch of deals. Another thing, guys, $1 Million Mitts coming out very, very soon. I'm teaching everything I know about mitt work. So for all my mitt holders out there, people who want to learn how to be coaches, people who want to just improve being a coach, I think I can teach a thing or two about mitts, man. Don't let your ego get in the way. There's something that I can teach you. There's definitely something to learn. And I know for a fact, if you let me guide you, I'm going to make you one of the nastiest mitt holders out there. I mean, I ain't got nothing to hide, guys. I'm giving it all away right now. I'm here at CA Boxing Gym, facility in Florence, New Jersey, that Eddie Chambers helps me coach all my people with. And Eddie, what's your YouTube channel now? Eddie got a YouTube channel also teaching a lot of game.
Fight like a pro.
Fight like a pro, you know what I'm saying? So you want to learn how to coach like a pro, you want to learn how to fight like a pro, you know where to go. All right, so we're going to talk about the Philly shell, Eddie. And yo, first, before we get into it, this is the pros and the cons of it. So one thing that I noticed about you, Eddie, is when you fought as a professional in your heavyweight fights, I didn't really see you use it much. Eddie was a guy who fought with his hands up very high, but in the gym, I've seen Eddie shoulder roll, drop, pivot, turn, do all types of stuff. What's your mindset? So we can talk a little bit about that because this is a pros and the cons video on why you didn't use it in fights, but why you do use it, and what do you see from a fighter's perspective as the pros and the cons?
Well, initially, I got really comfortable with the hands up thing since I was a kid. You know what I mean? So that was always my kind of go-to. So that became my go-to as a professional. But as I got more experienced and learned more things and started to do more, try more things, even in fights, there's a few fights that I had. One in particular was so my predominant did a lot. But a lot of it had to do with the height and range of the fighters I was fighting. If I'm gonna fight, if you're gonna fight the Philly shell, which requires the shoulders for defense. Sometimes if it's a really tall enough guy, they can kind of get over the top of that shoulder a little bit. I mean, you still can avoid it. I've done it. I've been able to use it, get away from tall guys shots too, even there. But I just wasn't as confident using it. I didn't really work at it that much too when I was a little younger. Even when I fought Vivek, there were certain things that I did. I watched a lot of James Toney, so I love the idea of using the shoulder roll coming back with the right hand, but I just didn't really feel that comfortable using it. And typically that's why, but in sparring is where I started to get a little more and started to work on things, started watching film. So I started to watch James Toney a lot closer than just watching him fight, seeing how exciting the fight was and loving the skills, but I started studying it. And then once I started studying it, I became a little more confident with it, a little bit more wise to it, then I would use it a little more. Like even in my recent fights, I had one fight. It's not something to talk about, but I used a little bit of it, remnants of it. And now going forward, if I was ever to fight again, which I'm probably not going to, just to be honest, I would still be using it, probably even more. It just depends upon the opponent and what they do.
And also, real quick, man, for a lot of guys out there, man, you got a lot of old school trainers and a couple of trainers that will say that the shoulder roll and the Philly shell are two different things. So I just want to be clear. I like to say the Philly shell, especially for internet purposes, because that's what I notice a lot of people will refer to the shoulder roll as. So you got like the shoulder roll, and people call it the Philly shell. I've seen people call a guy who just has his hands like this the Philly shell, which that's not the case. That's just keeping your lead hand low. But the Philly shell, what I would say is the shoulder roll is one piece of the Philly shell. Okay, so when we're talking about a complete system of it, there's more that goes into it. But the shoulder roll is the main line of defense for the most part in this particular style when it comes to shots coming to the chin, for the most part. I mean, you got guys that will bring their arms like this, guys that will do this. You see what I'm saying? This right here protects the body, right? So let's go ahead and show them the stance. Let's get started with the stance real quick, all right? So Eddie will get into the shoulder roll stance, which will be, for this video purposes, the Philly shell. And as you can see, he has the bar right across the stomach, right? So that right there presses up against the elbow, okay? And he's got his chin behind his shoulder. Now, I think that's the biggest mistake that I see with guys, especially these younger guys, that try to do the Philly shell or the shoulder roll that don't work on it properly. They really don't tuck that chin behind that shoulder. That chin gotta be tucked. Like literally, like that shoulder, you gotta feel it on your damn chin, because if you just go ahead and go like this, you're wide open, right? You can't just do this for looks. It's gotta be So I seen a drill one time that I really liked from I forgot who I seen the trainer do it, but I stole it and I put it in my pocket. And all he does is he teaches his guy to go right here. So that's the first thing, right? So go ahead and bring that shoulder to the chin. Good. So go ahead and show the people. All right. You see that? Like, you got to get comfortable with that. Once you get comfortable with that, then you can learn how to roll the body. You rotate the body. You know what I'm saying? Let's come over here. No, this one. I got 2 live streams. Like they don't really look too good on the long. Hey guys, I got the long version. Pause. You guys who are watching it on this like short, I see you guys right here looking at the camera right now. It's not really fitting both of us in the frame good enough. So go to the live stream that has the long version, so you guys can go ahead and see that. Next time I probably won't choose that. It's a new option that they gave me on the live stream. So for anybody out there who's having trouble with not frame, make sure you guys go to the one that looks like a regular long form YouTube video, and you'll be able to see that. Anyway, so anyway, Eddie's gonna go over here, and he's gonna shoulder roll. Okay, now when you shoulder roll, it's obviously to protect your chin, but it's also you're rolling the body so you're in position to counter punch. That's the main part of the roll. So when I go over here, look where my body's at. It's locked and loaded to come back or something, right? So if I go ahead and shoot that, you can come back with a straight right hand or an uppercut. Either one. And if somebody it really just depends what you see at that particular moment, right? So you might go ahead and shoot underneath. Bang, go ahead, do it real quick. I got it. There you go. Good. And catch it on the mid, guys. For my mid holders out there, you can do it the way I just did it. All right? Because sometimes it's easier to just go like this and get them to turn the shoulder the same way. And then come back. So like I might go like this. But it ain't the jab that he's rolling. He'll know it's the right hand, but just for catching purposes, go ahead. Now I have to come here, so I'll be like, go ahead, shoulder. All right? Right? And you can do it with a straight right hand. Okay, beautiful. Go. Good. So those shots, they work really, really well. Now the pro to that is obviously that he can come back with a beautiful shot. The shot comes off the shoulder. The con to that is if he doesn't time it, and I get to that chin, right? There's no glove there. What's good about this is sometimes you even gotta think, and the hand is there, right?
That's why I used it for all those years, because it was easy. If you made a mistake, this time hit, the hand was still there.
Right. So would you say that the shoulder roll is not for everybody?
I would definitely say it's not for everybody. If you're not defensively responsible, if you're not utilizing it to the best of your ability for defensive purposes, along to add to your offense, then you're going to be a target. And you may get away with it for a while, depending on the competition. But eventually, once the competition gets high enough, once some of these guys just don't care about what you're doing or coming back with, like you won't run into some problems.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it takes a long time. Like me, I never fought professionally, especially not like Eddie Chambers over here. But for me, when I first started learning the shoulder roll and how to bend the waist and all the stuff that I teach in the course. It took me a good year, maybe longer, to really like for it to click. I remember I was being taught it and I was working on it, but I was never using it in sparring. When it was time to box, I would always revert back to what I knew. And then it was like one day I just woke up and I got through a jab and I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, oh shoot, it just came out. You know what I mean? And it was like, I was like, I'm starting to get it. And then I started to use it, and I started to really feel confident with it and confident enough to teach it to people because I felt like I owned it because I started to actually pull it off against some decent guys. So but that took me, no lie, at least over a year of just learning it. Like, so somebody can teach you this once, and it doesn't mean you got it. Like, it really takes time, especially if you came from a traditional stance where you're always boxing like this, and now somebody's trying to teach you this. You might understand the concept, but to actually execute it is a lot different. And I argue like shoulder rolling and coming back with a right hand, I feel like that's a hard thing to actually do. Like shoulder rolling and coming, like shoulder rolling, bending the waist to me is far easier than shoulder rolling and coming back with a punch. Like the confidence level is right.
100%. I can tell you from experience, I was working on it. You see guys do things. Like I said, I was a big fan of James Tony. I was watching him all the time, trying to do it, trying to time it. It took a minute before I was able to even have confidence to do it. Yeah. And I didn't really do it that much in the fight. If you really watch them so much fight with me, but I used, some things of it. I did shoulder roll, but I did it with Povetkin. And when I did it with Povetkin, I didn't do it like with the shoulder. I used the elbow, knock your shot up, and then turn right hand.
So when you was using that, what hand, what punches you catching?
I was his right hand.
Okay, so show that.
So when he threw his right hand, I would break that right hand through. Okay. So I do it again. Boom.
Oh, so you were using the elbow. So you weren't framing up all the way.
Nothing. I was more so like trying to get in like I was kind of in that position. But what I did was I didn't trust it all the way, so I would bring the hand up. So I would literally knock that bitch up and roll as I rolled it back and rip the right hand. I couldn't show you the video. It was like perfectly timed, but it was because I didn't trust the shoulders, but it wasn't comfortable. So I'm so used to being here. You know what I mean? But I started to use it even then. And as I got more comfortable as time went on, and even moving my head without my hands being, because it's easier to move your hand, move your head when you drop the hand a little bit as you go down the side. But in that fight, if you pay attention, I was doing it like this, pulling, and I kept my hands tight. You know what I mean? So yeah, but it was something that took me a while to get really comfortable with. I'm not gonna lie. It did.
Okay, cool. Let me see who's in the chat real quick, guys. I want to say thank you to everybody who's here right now, Eddie. Just trying to give you guys some game real quick. Hold on, let me just say what's up to everybody. What's going on to my man Tim? What's going on? Look, Eddie, see?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, underrated coach here, man. I appreciate that, man. How can the shoulder roll be beat? Yeah, Philly Chef, we're not teaching you how to beat our style. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on. Sounds good.
And if that's the case,
he said the sound isn't good, so Eddie just got to talk a little louder. Yeah.
Nobody ever accused me of being, low. So that's
all right. So let's talk about another major component of the shoulder roll / Philly shove. That's gonna be the bend of the waist. Okay, so when you're standing bladed like this, right? So let me explain to you why I think like the bend of the waist is so effective. It's really effective when you're standing bladed, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Let's just say he's standing traditionally, right? Hands up, right? He's standing traditionally. You see how he's dead center in the middle? So since he's dead center in the middle, when I throw a right hand, I'm trying to do this I'm just trying to do this in a way where you guys can be interactive with me, right? When I throw a right hand, he will slip this way, right? And it puts him in a nice position to throw a left hook, okay? Love that shot. Beautiful shot. Do it again. Woo. Bang. Okay? So as you can see, he's in the center. He slips the right hand, he rips the shot. That's one option, right? If I throw a jab, you can slip the opposite way, come back to the right hand, right? Boom. Right? So that's traditional boxing, right? If I throw a left hook, he will roll under the hook from the traditional stance. He's in the traditional stance, throw a hook, he rolls it. Real simple, he rolls it, okay? And so we got the slip outside of the right hand, we got the rolling of the hook, and we got the slipping the other to the right side of the jab, right? Orthodox versus orthodox, right? I hope you guys are following what I'm trying to say. Now he's gonna stand like this now. All right, so now he's standing like this. right? So let's just say I throw a jab and he bends the waist, I end up here, okay? If I throw the right hand and he bends the waist, he ends up here. If I go to shoot a left hook, he ends up here. So look, when he bends the waist, he's going to that same side for the jab, the cross, and the hook. Now, one might say, why would he bend to that same direction? He can get timed or whatever the case may be. But the thing is, he's already bladed all the weight on this side. All the weight's here. So for him to come all the way here is going to take extra time, where he could simply just go, boom, shot goes right over the head. And it doesn't matter if it's a jab, or a cross, or a hook. And what I like to tell guys is to do a step back drop. That's one of my signature defensive moves. If you see anybody teaching the step back drop, just know they got it from Coach Anthony, because I made it popular. Now, I learned this from one of my old coaches back in the day. I don't make nothing up. However, I know that I'm the one who made it popular on the internet. Anybody else doing this? Y'all got this from me. I can just go ahead and give you my flowers now, because I already know. Right? So he's right here. Right? I'm gonna pop the jet a little bit. Show you some frame. Right? He's here. He's gonna step back drop. Look at that. You see where he ended up? Now, why the step back? Just to create the space. Okay, so when he does the step back, he creates the space. The second jab, bang. Now watch this. This is the beauty of it. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. Step back drop. Right here. Right over the shoulder. I got one more for you, right? He's here. Step back drop. I'm gonna put this right here. Look at that. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not even looking at Eddie. He drops under all three shots to the right side. So that's the pro of that particular technique. Now, why? You notice he has to do all of this for a hook. But from here, if a hook comes, he just does that. Okay, now, you might see guys like James, Tony, Floyd, Mayweather do this. Okay, Pernell Whitaker from the Southpaw stance do this. Guys like Georgie Bennett, who, you know, is a fantastic trainer, great fighter, do this, right? These guys all do this type of style. This is a very common thing for this style of boxing, right? Now, the pro to that is that you can avoid all three shots. Give you some cons, okay? He steps back and he drops, right? Let's say he comes over here. He steps back, he drops too soon, back of the head. Okay? That happens quite a bit. Right, guys? The time to drop wrong. Okay, I've seen it happen. Another thing that can happen too, also another con, when he drops on the right hand, he eliminates the left hook counter to the body because he tilted to the right. So now there's no offensive technique from that position. I mean, you do got this sneaky little right uppercut you can throw, but for the most part, slipping the right hand and ripping that hook to the body is going to be far more devastating than dropping to this side and just touching him with an uppercut, in my opinion. I've never seen a guy really go down off of a drop uppercut to the body, but I've seen many guys go down off of a slip lead hook to the body because they're going for the liver, which is on the lead side. I mean, no, not for orthodox. The orthodox is on the rear side, but it's on the rear side, and if you're fighting a southpaw, it's on the lead side. So it's going to be on this side every single time. You understand what I'm saying? If the southpaw leads with the liver, you know what I mean? So you got that, okay? Same thing with dropping on the hook. When you drop on the hook to this side, you're in a good defensive position. But again, the same idea. Now, he could, like I said, shoot that little sneaky uppercut. You can touch down there. Don't get it twisted. You can still do something, right? But if he was to roll under a hook from a traditional stance, come back with that right hand, bang. You see, that's a big, powerful right hand he can bring upstairs. Or, you know what I mean? Or he can even roll under the drag. I see what he's doing. He can bring the drag shot from a traditional stance. So there's offensive things that you can do from this position a little bit better than this. I always tell guys, when you're standing like this, you're more in a counter-punching, defensive posture, right? I tell people there's three positions, pause, in boxing, all right? Three positions in boxing, all right? You got traditional in the center, right? And you got what we're talking about here, where everything's in that back leg. And then you got the lead, right over the lead, right? Those are the three positions. From the center, everything is balanced. Everything is balanced, right? Boom, 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 boom. Counter punching can happen. It's a little different. From here, right, you got a little bit more defensive. You're a little bit slicker. You got your check hooks. You got your bending. You got your pivoting. Much more slicker, more of that East Coast slick boxing style, American style. And then when you get over here, you're looking for something big on the lead side, where there's a hook to the body, you know what I mean? So those are the three positions. So when you're boxing out of that Philly shell, it's considered a defensive style for a reason, because you're in that defensive posture. You know what I mean? Anything you want to add to that?
No, I mean, that's all I always say. Philly shell is more defensively responsible, requires you to be more defensively responsible to think about. Even the idea that the shoulder is a defensive tactic to use, it requires defensive responsibility. If you're not thinking of being responsible, then the shoulder could just be hanging. You know what I'm saying? And you could just be standing high and not being in the right position. And those are the ones who don't know how to do it properly. So you see guys like Floyd Mayweather, dare I say even Adrian Broner, and at times he has made that style really potent. Adrian Broner is one of the guys too, if you talk about that he...
Yeah, you're good. I'm just checking the comments.
He was one of the guys who, don't get me wrong, he was great, especially in his prime, he was great, but he made a lot of mistakes with it. And when he fought with Don, it kind of all rose to the top. You know what I mean? But you see guys like James Toney who utilized it, and guys like that. And of course, you see, even now this is the crazy thing. With James Toney, you could see it as a defensive style, but he actually turned it into an offensive.
Hey guys, are you guys only having a problem hearing Eddie, or you having a problem hearing us both? Let me know, because I'll have this fixed by the next No Days Off. I just want to know. Let me in the comments. Talk a little louder, Eddie, because some people's talking about the sound.
Oh, it sounds bad. Well, anyway, like I said, with James actually turned it into not only a defensive-oriented style, but he made it offensive. You know what I mean? He used some of those tactics that he learned from Bill Miller and different guys like that of how to get to the left side, even utilizing the Philly shell. So, man, it was just fun to watch.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Tony Jeffries in the building. Oh, Tony Jeffries, shout out. Listen, one thing about Tony Jeffries that I respect so much, besides all his accomplishments as a amateur boxer, we already know he fought for the bronze, and man, the way he just took his YouTube channel to a whole nother level. I remember when Tony Jeffries had like freaking 2,000 subscribers. He hit me up and said, Coach Anthony, let's do a collaboration. I was open to it. I said, yeah, let's do it. But I guess life gets busy.
It's 23 hours.
Next thing you know, this guy got like 100 million fucking subscribers on like 10 different channels, man. So big shout out to Tony Jeffries, man. He's an inspiration when it comes to YouTube boxing coaching, especially to me, because I watched him come up. Eddie Chambers now starting his own YouTube channel. Maybe you can give us some tips, Tony. Help us out, man. We trying to make it, man. Yo, shout out to Tony Jeffries, man. So anyway, let me continue what we're doing. Okay, so it's the voice, man. Okay, listen, guys. I could try to fix this right now. Let me try to fix this right now, guys. Give me 1 second. Everybody's saying it's like a little voice deal situation, man. So we're gonna have to redo this live, because I think it's one of our better lives. And people are talking about the voice real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get this fixed. I don't know why the voice is doing that this time and not last time, but give me 1 second, guys. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. How's the audio now, guys? Give me some feedback. Let me know, guys. Oh, is that even? Let me know, guys, if the mic is working. I don't see nobody talking. That's not a good sign. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Okay, they say we're sounding more clear. Pause. Yeah. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys can hear me. Oh, yeah. Okay, audio good. Audio good. So where was we at, Eddie?
We was talking
about the Ben at the weights?
wasn't it?
I don't freaking remember.
Okay, we were at,
Somebody talking about no, not good, bro. This is frustrating me, man. All right, more people are saying good than not good, so I'm gonna roll with the masses. I'm going with the masses. Going with the masses, guys. All right, so people are saying way better. Okay, I'll take that. Anyway, so where the hell were we at?
That's a good question.
Where the hell
Where were we at, yo?
Before I messed up with this, I apologize about the audio situation,
We
guys.
saw Tony Jeffries on.
Yeah, Tony Jeffries got us so excited, pause, that it was like, we got distracted. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. All right, so anyway, so those are the pros and the cons, the different positions that you're in. The shoulder roll, the Philly shell is more of a, at least from what I like to look at it as, is a counter-punching, slick style of boxing.
Yeah, that's what we were on.
Right? Yeah, it's a counter-punching, slick style of boxing. Now, maybe some of these guys who do like, you know, like the cross arm and stuff may argue that, hey, man, you can be aggressive with this and you know what I'm saying, do stuff like this and come up with hooks and stuff like that. I don't necessarily know if I'm calling that the Philly shell. I guess some people may. That's up for debate. But when I say the Philly shell, just know I'm talking guys like Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking guys like James Toney. I'm talking those type of guys. Now you got guys like Evander Holyfield. They use the pieces of it, and you can have some old school guys that say that's the real Philly shell. So, you know, guys who did the Archie and stuff like the Archie Moores of the world, like so. Hey man, we're just teaching you boxing technique. You guys take it for what it's worth. You guys have an idea of what I'm talking about, okay? So obviously, we already know the pros. So the pros is very slick defensively, great for counterpunching. The cons, being offensive with it, you're missing out on certain opportunities that you're gonna have to eventually change your position in order to get those shots off. You're not gonna be able to stay like that the whole entire time if you're looking to be offensive with it. And you are vulnerable for right hands. Let's just be honest. You're vulnerable for right hands. Like the right hand is the number two.
Jabs too. Depends on where you put it. Like the little space that you get right here. Even though that may be like, it's not much. You can deal with it. You might even be able to shoulder roll that too. It's still a jab. That still can start something.
Okay, so I like that. I like that. So you're leaving some holes. You are leaving some holes, obviously, because this is a reactive style. This is a reactive style. This isn't everything's in place and you're just gonna catch it. This is reactive. You gotta have good reflexes. That's why like athletic fighters do best with this style. If you are an athletic fighter with good coordination, good reflexes, good technique, things of that nature, you're gonna be able to pull this off. Guys that are a little bit heavy-footed, guys that are a little bit sloppy but strong, maybe this isn't the best approach to you. You may want to work on something a little different, work on your strengths. Boxing has a way of bringing out your true identity self. You know, like if you're an aggressive person, chances are you'll be an aggressive fighter. If you're a thinker, chances are you're going to be a thinker in the ring. If you are athletic, chances are you're going to show true athleticism. If you're a bully, chances are we're going to see a bully because when things get tough, we're going to see the bitch come out in you. You see what I'm trying to say? That's a fact, okay? Because I've seen it many, many times. And then you're gonna have the tough guy that is unfortunately not athletically gifted, and he's gonna be willing to show you how tough he is, but he just can't pull it off because he doesn't have the natural attributes that it takes to be a world-class fighter, but he's gonna fight his ass off and do the best that he can. We're gonna see all these different personality traits in boxing. Okay, so am I right or wrong?
100%.
I mean, how many guys have we seen where we're like, damn, that motherfucker can take a beating. Damn, that motherfucker's tough, but he just don't got everything else. You know, I had an interview I did with Fight Hype one time. They were interviewing asking me about skills. And I said, bro, skills ain't everything in boxing. If it was about skills, the whole East Coast would have a world championship because motherfuckers from Philadelphia to New York City, I could bring 100,000 motherfuckers in here that could fight. But they ain't world champions because it takes more than just skills to be a world champion. You need to have it all. The intangibles, the discipline, the opportunity. Like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot of things that have, stars have to align on top of every other attribute for you to be a world champion in boxing. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I hope we're bringing value. If we're bringing value, please press the like button, share this with somebody, and hopefully the audio's better. I'm going to read the chat now. Any questions you got, we'll open up a Q&A now for a few minutes, and then we're going to slide because obviously we do no days off November every single day for the month of November. So I can see you guys right now. Hold on. All right, a lot of people saying this stuff is better. All right. Any Q&As, guys? Talk to us, man.
Yeah.
Any Q&As, guys? I'm right here reading the comments. I'm seeing everybody talking about the audio. I don't see too many questions, but
It's probably better now. That was probably the whole thing. Audio's pretty good now. Well, it's obviously good now.
all right. Somebody said tips on avoiding the right hand when getting hit too much. I'm gonna give you guys a good one right now. You ready? Watch this. This is how you avoid the right hand when you're getting hit too much. Bring your left hand. There you go.
You know what's funny? Everybody, and one of the biggest issues, and this is one of the biggest difference between Floyd's and Broner's, was that he understood when things got to the point where he couldn't catch the right hand, the right way with the shoulder, he had to bring his damn left hand. He always did whatever he needed to. Yes, he fought predominantly out of this position, mostly. But when it got to the point where he was not timing it properly, like when he fought Shane, he started bringing that left hand.
All right, so one more time in case you forgot. You ain't hit with the right hand? Problem solved. Bring that motherfucker up.
Bring it up. Bring it up.
Problem solved. Now, don't try to do nothing crazy, explicit. And I'm obviously being a little funny, but at the same time being dead serious. If you can't see the punch, then it's time for you to bring your hands up. Don't worry about slipping. We tell guys all the time, even here in the gym, don't start slipping until you can start blocking. Once you could block the punches and you see the punches, then you can time a slip. Then you can time a drop or a slip on the other. But don't just come out slipping. Because if you come out slipping and you can't,
You're going to be slipping.
yeah, you're going to be slipping right into it, and then you're going to be sleeping. Slipping's going to turn into sleeping. Okay, so make sure that you got the timing down before you go ahead and try to utilize some of these more advanced techniques. Okay, but then once you got the timing down, then you can slip a right hand, or you can circle away from a right hand. I like doing that a lot too, to show them that right quick. Right, he's standing here, and he circles. If I'm a righty versus righty, he circles to his right. Out of there. Simple. The old school trainers will say, if you get hit with a right hand, you deserve to get hit with it because it's the furthest punch from you. So if you're getting hit with that shot, you're doing something wrong. Now, I don't necessarily fully agree with that statement, but there's truth to it. That means you're either being lazy, you're standing right in front of a guy, you're not using your time, you're not using your eyes, you're not bringing your hands up, because the right hand, for the most part, a straight right hand, you can see it, unless you get lured to sleep by a sneaky right hand lead or a pull counter or something like that. But for the most part, if you're sharp and you're aware, you should be able to block it or circle away from it, and then, of course, you can time the slips. Do you agree or not?
100%. 1,000,000%. Because that is something that I've seen guys get hit with the West. Now, this is the thing. There's real slick, smart guys that know how to angle their body a certain way, Floyd Mayweather being one of them. Like you said, with the pull counters too, but also you with the lead, right? Dropping that shoulder a little closer. Actually, is even closer and sometimes even better than you realize with the jab. So sometimes.
Yeah. You can get hit with a right hand lead.
But theoretically, from back here, if you get hit with that, yes.
Yeah.
1,000,000% you deserve it.
There you go. How to set up a jab counter or easy way to counter a jab. How to set up a jab counter. I'll give you one real quick. Is in my course, how to set traps and counter punch. This is on my how to set traps and counter punch course. Okay, it's real simple. You give a target, you take it away. I'm gonna throw the jab. His hands are gonna be up. Everything's gonna be traditional. And when I throw his jab, he'll slip and throw his jab. No slip. He'll slip and throw your jab at the same time.
Oh, okay, I see.
No slip and throw your jab.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit.
I say you're here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Bang. Yeah. That's it. Look. All right. We'll do it one more time. Bang. All right. So the key to this is I have to think that I'm gonna land the jab, and I have to forget that he's gonna throw his jab. So he's here. I'm thinking things asleep, and bang. Okay. So it's just like almost like you're jabbing to the body, but you're slipping here, but you're just doing it right upstairs. But if you do it too soon, if you drop too soon, I kind of have an idea what you're doing. Even though you can still maybe get it off, I think it's a little bit better when you give that target and whoop, it just comes right there. Whoop, good. You can also do a pull counter jab. So he can like pull and then jab. All right, everybody talks about the pull counter cross, but a pull jab can work as well. You know what I'm saying? Just rock back and bang, it's the closest hand to the target.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Another way to counter a jab is I throw the jab, he catches it, and then he shoots immediately after I catch. Oh, that's a good one. The reason why that's good is a lot of guys admire their work, throw the jab and bang, there goes the return. You're not expecting the return. And you'll be surprised how much that one works. It sounds like one that shouldn't work that easily. It works probably the best out of the three. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. Probably the last one we just gave you probably works the best out of the three from my experience. Yeah. You know, someone goes to jab, they think they're done. Pop, nope, I got one for you. You know what I mean? So try those out in your training.
Mike, you know what? I even got one more that I used to use a lot, but I ain't gonna say. I'll let it go. We'll save it for another time.
As a guy who's committed to Muay Thai, would you adopt my forward pressure and weather tactics? I don't know what you mean by weather tactics for boxing. I do stand a bit more upright just because it's what I have to do, but I'm not afraid of hits.
I guess like you mean about, weathering, like say it's a storm, punches or whatever, he comes forward, I guess it just,
Yeah, I mean, look, bro. We all know that you're not afraid to get hit, but that doesn't mean you should. Right? So that's one thing. I'm not gonna say fighters aren't afraid of getting hit, but most fighters, when they get in the ring, we accept the fact that we're gonna get hit. Right? I think every fighter should accept the fact that we're gonna get hit at some point. Every time I've ever gotten in the ring, I've accepted it's a good chance I'm gonna get hit. Right? I don't want to, I try to avoid it, but it's probably gonna happen at some point. So you gotta be okay with that. So we get that. But don't fight like that, because what happens is you have a short career because you take a lot of punishment. I do think that the Muay Thai, I don't think that it has anything to do with the Muay Thai style. I just think you have to learn to adapt it to boxing. You know what I mean? Standing straight up and stuff like that might work in Muay Thai. I know you guys don't like to slip a lot because you may slip into a kick or you may roll into a knee. Right. I understand that. I've been around Muay Thai, so I understand that. You guys stand more square because you got to check the kick. See, Coach Ant know a little bit. You feel me? But all you have to do is maybe just buckle down a little bit, tighten up your defense a little bit, and just be willing to catch shots on those gloves and keep that tight elbows in, chin down, and be real defensively sound from a basic defensive posture, which is just hands up, elbows in, chin down, be okay with catching shots, be okay with catching shots. I made a video in the past called How to Shoulder Roll with Your Hands Up, and it was clickbait. But this is what it meant. Okay, so when he shoulder rolls, right? He shoulder rolls, and he rolls his body. Now bring your hands up and do the same roll. Okay, so he could do that. So it's like I go here, I'm rolling with the shot. Like I'm not just catching it firmly here. I'm still riding with the shot. I'm riding with the shot. And it's very similar to shoulder rolling and catching the hook and shoulder rolling. It's just that the glove is up. The glove is up. So you can learn to do things of that nature when shots are coming back at you to take off some of the steam. So you're not just getting full punched when these shots come. Because listen, man, just like Muay Thai, you guys master knees and kicks and elbows. You got fighters out here that's mastered punching, and some of these guys hit a lot harder than you may expect. And you're gonna get in there and you're gonna regret not being aware that, damn, I should have focused on my defense a little bit because now I got a broken jaw, or now I got a broken rib, or now I got a concussion. Like, this is a real sport, bro. Ain't nothing sweet about it. So take it serious, show it the same respect you show Muay Thai, and learn the defensive principles that you need so you know what I'm saying, have a long career with it. You know what I mean? Love from India. Love to you, man. I love India, man. One of my favorite places in the world. Hold up. Let me go ahead. So guys, real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the chat. You guys know I'm coming out with a mitt work course, $1 Million Mitts. It should be out very, very soon, guys. I'm talking about we counting down. We're ticking down the days of $1 Million Mitts. I'm gonna be teaching everything I know about mitt work in this course. Okay, this is gonna be super exciting for me because for a long time I've coached nothing but boxers, but now I'm coaching the coaches. And I'm coaching the up-and-coming coaches and the personal trainers and the people who want to get nice. We're a set of mitts. I'm gonna teach you everything. Eddie Chambers is in there demonstrating all the techniques with me. And we got more. We're giving more. I'm giving a lot, guys. What I'm giving in this course, man, really, I should be charging. Listen, y'all shouldn't even be able to afford it. But let me tell you something. You're going to make your money back because whatever you spend, you best believe once you get nice with these, people are going to be hiring you. And you're going to be making a whole bunch of money with the skill set that you learn. So get ready for that. Join that waiting list because everybody on that waiting list is going to get first dibs. And you guys are going to get the best price because I promise you, once this thing picks up and I raise my price, I ain't going back down in the price, okay? So make sure you guys get on that waiting list, y'all. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be disappointed. You guys been watching me and teaching now for over a decade. I got over 1,000 videos on YouTube. I got 16 courses on CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. You guys know I don't bullshit you when it's time for one of these drops. I haven't dropped nothing new in 2 years. Okay, so anything that I drop, I make sure that I bring quality to it. Okay, so you guys are gonna be more than blessed. Get on that waiting list. Let me lead you guys to help some of my guys out there pay this forward so I can show you what a great career I've had as a coach, at being a coach. Okay, this is my second gym. Okay, I got a 312,000 subscribers, on YouTube. I got a big social media following, and it all started by people getting the attention of my mitt work. Okay, so this is why I want to give back. Because there's a young guy out there or a trainer out there who feels like if they just knew how to hold these the right way, they can come up as well. You feel me? So I got you guys, man. Make sure you get on that, and make sure you guys go check out the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. That Black Friday sale will be starting, guys. 1 second. Make sure you guys go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, man. Check out everything there. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream, man. We got more coming, man, every single day. For the month of November, we will be going live. I apologize about the audio. Thank you for your patience on that. We'll make sure that we test this a little bit better before we go live. And you already know, boxing life.